Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to be going over all of my Poshmark sales for the month of February that sold super fast. So anything that sold in under a week. And I actually tried this last month in January and you guys seem to really like this, probably even more than like a regular what sold video. So if that sounds interesting and you want to see all the things I sold in under a week, then just keep watching. Alright, so before we jump into this, I did want to remind you guys it's not quite the end of February, so this is probably just going to be everything from today. It's actually the 21st today, and I'm going to be going back all the way to the beginning of the month, and I'm basically just going to go backwards in order of all the items that sold in my closet that were listed and sold in under a week. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing was actually a bundle from this morning, and this was a bundle of 3 items. So this is actually a bundle of a John and Jenn textured fuzzy sweater, a New Tags and Other Stories mohair blend sweater, and a New Tags and Other Stories wool sweater. And these all sold in a bundle for $125, and then after the Poshmark fees, I was left with $100. The John and Jenn sweater was listed for under a week, and then the other 2 I actually just listed last night. So those were a super quick turnaround, and these were all actually a really cool bundle just because I feel like all the styles kind of are cohesive and go together. So I think this was a really cute bundle, and they all sold super fast. So this was a good sale. Okay, so the next item is my Rebecca Minkoff Mini Marble MAB Crossbody, and I'm actually super sad to see this go. This is seriously my favorite bag, like obsessed with it, probably carried it 100 times, and this is a pretty sought after print, so I knew I could probably make a pretty decent return on it, although I did lose money because I paid a pretty good price for it on Rebecca Minkoff just because this was a bag I absolutely needed in my life, and a couple of years ago marble was like all the rage, so I've used this plenty of times and it's still in great condition. It was a little bit worn, but I noted all of that in the description, and it still sold for $140, and I believe this sold in about 3 days, so really sad to see that go, but at the same time, like, just really excited that somebody else gets to use it, and that's the perk of selling on Poshmark, is that you can use something for a long time and really enjoy it and then pass it on to someone else. So really love this sale, but also really sad to see it go. The next item was also from yesterday, and this is a New Tags Wild Fox I'm a Cat hoodie, which I actually bought this yesterday, listed it, and it sold in about 30 minutes of listing just because I think this is a more rare style, and also this thing was just amazing. I mean, it said I'm a cat on the front, and then it actually had ears on the hood, so all of my fellow cat lovers on Instagram were super excited about it. I posted a picture of it and did like a little mini haul in my stories yesterday, and people were really loving this piece. So this sold in about 30 minutes for $75 on Poshmark. Okay, the next item was also a pretty awesome sale just because with Theory, I'm a little bit picky with it just because I feel like it's really hit or miss. There's some pieces that are selling for 100 plus, and then a lot of Theory personally sits for me, so I was kind of skeptical, but I actually bought this dress in particular in 3 colors and 3 different sizes, and 2 of them have actually already sold. So the first one, this is a New Tags Theory Betty dress, and this is just like a very classic sheath dress, kind of like for work, and this one sold on best offer for $85, and this was listed for about 4 days. So this one sold for $85, and this one was the navy one. So I for whatever reason, I think this Betty dress has a very good following just because it's like a very classic sheath dress, and I think a lot of people probably own multiples of these. And so it did sell on best offer for $85, so I was super happy with that return. Okay, so the next item, I was also super thrilled about this sale just because I hardly ever find this brand. I've only sold it one other time, and I happened to find a few pairs of these, and so I was just super excited. These are actually girlfriend jeans, and it's basically girlfriend without the vowels, and this brand is probably one of the only denim brands that I can even think of that consistently sells for over $100 pretty much all the time. And these were actually New Tags, so I listed them, and they actually sold on best offer for $125 in about 5 hours of listing. So this brand has a really good following, and also is just very popular and sells for really good, really good prices. I mean, some of them sell for even $200, and so I mean, I was just thrilled about that, and they were also size 25, so again, I have no problem with smaller sizes, and I was just really happy that they sold so quickly, and I do have a few other styles of girlfriend jeans that are listed, so I'm excited for those to sell as well, but yes, they sold for $125 in about 5 hours of listing. Okay, next up, this was another really cool find just because I absolutely love this piece. This was from a Goodwill stop. I didn't find anything else that day. I just stopped into Goodwill and this was the only thing that I picked up. But this is actually a Bryant tribal print boho coat, And I feel like personally, I have a really hard time finding boho styles in plus size, and I feel like that's a very sought after thing. I feel like a lot of plus size women do like boho style, but it's a little bit harder to find those items. So the fact that I found this at all was just really exciting. It was in great condition. I was shocked that someone would donate it, but it was a size 18-20 from Bryant, and it sold on best offer in about like 5 hours or so for $55. I think I had it listed at $65 and she offered me $55. So this was a really good sale. It seems like this coat is like very popular too. I mean, some of the comps go for over $100, but I was happy with that price and it sold really fast. And gosh, if this would have been my size, I definitely would have kept it for myself because this coat was amazing. Like, seriously obsessed with it. So super happy that that found a home so quickly. Okay, the next item that sold is this pair of Campbell, Charlaine, bow suede mules, and these were basically just like a very cute flat mule, and they had a pointed toe and a bow on the top, and they were black suede, and I think they sold in just under a week, and they sold for $40, and then minus the Poshmark fee of 20%, I was left with $32, which I was pretty happy with that. Campbell is kind of one of those things that can go for really good prices, or kind of like if it's a more common style, I guess you could say, then it's probably gonna go more between like 40 and 60 or so, but most of the time I can get a pretty good price for Campbell, and these were super cute, so that was a good sale. And then the next one was a pair of shoes that actually sold to a repeat customer. She's bought from me many, many times and follows me on Instagram, is just super great. These sold in maybe 30 minutes of listing, and she actually said she was waiting for me to list them because they were my size and I was considering keeping these. But these were a pair of new Gap leather snakeskin mules, and they were kind of like a slip-on mule. They were in perfect condition. These were a Goodwill find, but they were brand new. I normally consider Gap when I see it just because I think they make a lot of cute stuff now, but I'm pretty picky with it because it depends on what the style is. But I had these listed at $40 and she offered me $30, and I accepted her offer, and they legit sold in about 30 minutes. So sometimes, even if the brand isn't like designer or amazing, depending on the style, I still pick things up. It really doesn't matter as much about brand as it does about style for me, but definitely a combination of a good style and a good brand is the best option. So super excited about that. All right, the next one, I think this was about 4 or 5 days ago that this one sold, but this was an Ivy Park logo cropped hoodie, and Ivy Park is Beyonce's line. It's kind of like an athletic line, athleisure, and she makes a lot of really cool stuff. This was a cropped hoodie that was super oversized, and it was a really good size. This was a size extra large, which I have never seen extra large in her stuff for whatever reason. Whenever I see it, it's usually a smaller size. So this sold in about 3 days for $34. I think I had it listed for $45, and she offered me $34, which is very reasonable, and that one sold very fast, and it was super cute. I knew that one was gonna sell quickly. The next one also sold, I believe, the same day. This was a Free People Free to Roam knit sweater, and I will say, of all the Free People pieces I've listed recently, this one got a ton of attention, and I think the reason for that was because it's kind of like a boho 70s style. It kind of had a very cool like 70s style print to the font on the front. It said Free to Roam. I thought it was really cute. I had it listed for $50 and she offered me $40 on it, and I accepted her offer. So those I both bought in the same day, and then they actually sold in the same day. So that was really great. They both sold in about, I think, 2 to 3 days each. So that was a good turnaround for me. Okay, so this next item I actually bought for style, and also if you guys watched my most recent trends video, I mentioned that red and pink combo is actually really hot for spring, and I loved the red and pink combo on this sweater. It was kind of like color blocked, and I just thought it was super cute. I'm really selective with Urban Outfitters pieces just because I feel like they do not sell that well for me, but I really liked this sweater, and it sold for $18. I think I had it listed for $30 and she offered me $18, and that was a little bit lower, but I thought that that was fair for the item, so I just wanted to move it quickly, and this one sold in about a day. So that was a quick turnaround, and I was still happy with that sale. The next item was another Theory Betty dress, and this one was actually black and a size 0. So I think with these like suiting sheath dresses, for whatever reason, they have a really good following, as I was telling you guys before, and this one sold for $80 on best offer. So again, size 0, I am not scared to buy small sizes. Small people need clothes too. People of every size need clothes, so please don't be leaving things behind because of the size, because there's someone out there who needs that size. So another Theory dress, and it was the exact same style as the one before, so I was happy with that as well. Okay, this next item was something that I have not sold in the past. I knew about it because I've been following them on Instagram for a really long time, and basically this brand is a really cool like sweatshirt and t-shirt company, and they make things with like a bunch of sequin like embroidery on the front, and I think that they used to make custom designs, but I'm not exactly sure. But I picked this one up because I love this brand and I've never seen it out before, and I just thought the print on the front was super cute and it was sequined, and just I love this piece. But the brand is called Bow and Drape, and it said "You Have Me at Merlot" on the front, so it had like a sequin design with the words, and that had a little wine glass on it. I thought this was so cute. I had to pick it up and test it out, and I had it listed for $40, and she offered me $30, and I accepted her offer, and this one sold in about, I think it was either 1 or 2 days, I can't remember, but really good sale there. I was really excited to find this piece, and I knew that this was something that people were gonna love just because it was so cute. So happy about that one. Okay, so this next one was just so exciting for me. I actually found this at Goodwill, and it was probably one of my best Goodwill finds in a while. I thought this was just the cutest. It was in perfect condition, like no one had ever used it. It was really cute. But this is a Kate Spade Winnie crossbody. It's basically like a thin crossbody that you can just throw your cards into, and I just thought it was really cute. It had a Volkswagen bug print on the front. Just adorable. I had to grab it, and I didn't find anything else that day. It was just a very random, adorable find. And this one sold, I believe, in 3 days, and it sold on best offer for $115. I think I had this one listed at $140, and she offered me $115, and I did accept her offer, and that one got 5 stars and a love note. She really loved it, and I was just so happy to find that and be able to spread the love, because sometimes you just find things and you're like, I don't need this, but somebody needs to own this. So very happy about that find, and super happy that she loved it. Okay, this next pair sold in 1 day, and these were actually really interesting to me because they weren't just like your typical rag and bone jeans, which for me personally usually don't go for quite as much if they're just a plain style, but these were super cool. They were super high-waisted and had really cool zippers on them. So on the ankles, they actually had like big, bold zippers up the front, and they seemed to be a pretty sought-after style. I looked them up and it didn't seem like any were listed, and they were completely sold out on Revolve, and they were really cool. So I listed them a little bit on the higher side than I would for a normal pair of rag and bone jeans, and I listed them at $125. They were size 26 and they were black, and I accepted a best offer of $90. She actually sent me a very low offer, I believe of $50, and we negotiated, and I ended up accepting $90, which was actually a little bit less than I think I could have gotten for these, but I was still happy with my return on the item, and I was happy that someone loved them as much as I did, and they sold super fast. And typically, if I do list something, I'm more inclined to accept a little bit of a lower offer if it sells very fast for me, just because I really want to move that inventory. So very excited about that one. All right, so this next bundle is actually a bundle of 6 items, and the reason I'm including this is because 2 of the 6 items were actually brand new. I had just listed them that day. So some of these items were very old, actually things I had had for a while, and then some of them were brand new. So I'm just gonna share the bundle with you guys just in case you're curious about it. And I know a lot of people say that they don't care about branding their store and they're willing to sell anything, and I think whatever works for you is amazing. Like, sell whatever makes you money. But for me personally, I know I have a lot of repeat customers who are expecting a certain amount of style from me, certain things that they're expecting when they come to my store. So I kind of try to keep those things stocked because I know a lot of my repeat customers and people who are discovering my store are looking to bundle things. So it's really great when you can bundle things that are newer and older, and they're all cohesive and they all basically match your brand. So if you're coming to my store and you're able to shop a variety of things that are all your style and all go with your wardrobe, I think that that's really a plus side, and you can really up your cart size. So that's really important in sales, is upping your cart size, and also maintaining those relationships with those repeat customers, so when they come back they know they can find something new. But anyways, this bundle was a bundle of 6 items, and it sold, I believe it sold for $235. My earnings after the fees was $181.21, so I believe the sale price was $235. But this was a bundle of 6 items. 2 were Free People. One was a mini tunic dress that was floral. One was a Free People tassel plaid top, and then the other 4 were actually older items. So there was a Sugar Lips off the shoulder dress, a Chaser floral sweatshirt, a Free People mini dress, and an Boho floral dress that was actually from my personal closet. So all of that to say, basically, being able to bundle older and newer items is helpful to buyers, and it also helps to, you know, support those people who are coming back to shop your closet. So I was very happy about this, and she obviously made a really cute bundle of things that she's gonna enjoy. So very happy about that sale, and 2 of those were from this month. Okay, so next up, this was an amazing find. Holy cow, I wanted to keep this thing so bad. It was the most amazing Zara piece I think I've ever seen. But this was a Zara like cowboy western fringe cardigan. It was like a cardigan coat combo, and it had like a really cool western print on it, and it had like oversized fringe. It was amazing. Seriously, it was great. I put it on my stories and people were loving it too, just because this piece was like very unique and just super cool. But it actually sold, I believe within an hour for $90, and this was a super fast sale just because the style was that good. And sometimes you just find items that are appealing to so many people that the odds are that you're gonna sell it quickly. And this was just one of those pieces. Not every piece is gonna be amazing, but this one was just so cool, very on trend, and actually sold out, and the comps on this piece were very high. Some of them sold for over $100. So this was also sold to a repeat customer of mine, and we were about the same size, but this piece was a size small, and I put in the listing that that fit me, so she knew, of course, that she was able to fit in it as well. So I think that that probably sold it for her, the fact that it was so oversized that it did fit me as well. So super good sale, sold for $90, and she was really excited about it, so can't go wrong. All right, next up is a John & Jenn metallic flared sleeve sweater, and this was pretty plain. The only reason that I picked it up is because it's kind of had a metallic weave in it, and it also had flared sleeves, which I thought gave it a little bit of a cooler touch. It was a size large, and it sold in one day for $30. I had it listed for $40, and I accepted a best offer of $30 on this. And this brand is sometimes sold at Anthropologie, but also at Nordstrom and a few other retailers. So I think that it has a pretty good following, and it's actually really, really nice quality, so I thought that was a good sale. The next thing that sold was an Ann Taylor velvet polka dot puff sleeve top, and I do still pick up Ann Taylor. I think that it sells well for me. Ann Taylor and Banana Republic and White House Black Market, I do tend to still pick up if they're current styles. I just thought this one was really cool because it was kind of a black velvet and had pink polka dots and had these really cute puffy sleeves. And I picked this one up at Goodwill, and it sold in about 3 days for $25. And it was just a really cute style. I think that that was primarily why I picked it up, and I was happy with $25 because it was a quick turnaround. Okay, the next item that sold was an item from Everlane. This was actually the first time I've ever sold Everlane shoes. I've sold a few pieces of their clothing, but Everlane is one of those brands that if you see it, I would highly recommend picking it up. It has a very good following, and the brand is very ethical, and I would just highly recommend, if you ever see Everlane, definitely pick that up. These were really cool though. They were like a woven pointed toe sling back like flat, and they sold for $70 in about just a week. So these were actually a Goodwill find, and they were pre-owned. They had a little bit of wear to the bottoms, but I just noted that in the description, and they did sell in about a week. And these were just really cool. Again, Everlane, especially footwear, I feel like sells for really, really good prices. So I was very happy to find those, and just super happy that they sold so quickly. And the next item was a pair of Bagley Mishka embroidered velvet sequin pumps, and these were beautiful. They were like a blue velvet with a gold sequin kind of like embellishment all over the heel, and these sold actually for full price in about a week. And she actually said she was going to be wearing them to her son's rehearsal dinner, which I thought was really nice. So these were size 7.5 and sold for full price of $80. So great sale there, and I was just happy that I always love hearing the stories of where people wear stuff they buy from me. One time I had somebody buy Louboutins from me, and they actually wore them to their wedding. So really cool. I love stories like that, and that was an exciting sale. Okay, so this next piece, you guys are not going to be surprised that I was very excited to find this. I hardly ever find this brand, and when I do, it's a great day. But this was actually for Love and Lemons, and it had a blush pink, like very cool ruffle design to it, and it had gold stars all over it. Very on trend, super cute. It was a size extra small, and it actually was missing the button on the back. So up here, it kind of buttoned at the top, and I noted that in the description, and I took a picture of the button missing, and this dress still sold for $125 without the button, just because this was a very sought after print. It was a really, really cool dress, and for Love and Lemons has a cult following. So if you ever find it, highly recommend. Even if you have to pay up for it, it's sometimes worth it for these pieces just because they sell so well. So that was a really great find as well. Okay, the next item was this pair of Allbirds Plum Wool Loungers flats, and these were basically these are like the slip-on style from Allbirds that are very sought after, and the plum color usually sells really well for me. I normally sell the runners, but sometimes I do pick up the loungers when I find them, but these actually sold for full price of $75, and I think the reason that they sold for that much is because they were the plum color, which is a little bit harder to find. These were a size 9, and they did give me 5 stars on those. The next item was a Goodwill find, and again, this was one of those days where I found absolutely nothing in the entire store except for this sweater, and it was this Kate Spade pearl necklace cashmere wool blend sweater, and it was amazing. I actually didn't see any others listed, and it seemed to be a pretty sought after style, so I listed it pretty high, although it was pre-owned. I noted it in the description that it had a little bit of wear to the fabric, and it still sold on best offer for $99. And the reason for that is because this sweater was just amazing. It had a really cool pearl necklace detail attached to the sweater, and there weren't any others listed, so I was really happy about that sale. I had it listed for $125, and she offered me $99, and I accepted her offer. Okay, the next item was another one that I did put in a little mini haul on my Instagram stories, so this one actually sold, I believe, the same day. This was a J. Crew metallic rose gold woven sweater. I've actually sold this one before in a different color, so I did pick it up again. This was a Goodwill find, and this was just a really cool sweater. It's like a woven material, and it has a really cool like rose gold like metallic weave to it. So this one was listed for $40. She offered me $30, and I did accept her offer. Again, moving those items quickly. I'm trying to move things quickly as much as possible, so that was a great sale. The next item was a New at Tags pair of Vans, and these were a size 11. These were also, I believe, a Goodwill find, and these were kind of like a red-pink color, just lace-up Vans, and they were New at Tags. I had them listed for $45. She offered me $35, and I did accept, and that was sold in just under a week. And then the very last item for the month of February was a Cabby put-on gray sweatshirt dress. And Cabby, the new tag Cabby, I still pick up all the time, and for me personally, really sells well on Poshmark. This one was a size large, and it sold for $55. I believe I had it listed at $65. She offered me $55, and I did accept her offer. Alright, so that was my month of sales for the month of February. It is the 21st today, so I will have an extra week left to go, so hopefully I'll have a few more quick sales for the month, but I just wanted to show you guys just a preview of a few of the things that I sold this month, and hopefully if you guys like this, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already, and be sure to follow me on Instagram for updates on my stories and all that good stuff on Poshmark sales and everything else about what I'm doing in my day-to-day life. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.